give me water. Now, I'm thirsty. Are you going to give me water? Doesn't really means physical water. My situation may seem like I am in a steep situation. Are you going to give me guidance? Are you going to give me assistance? Are you going to help me in my circumstance? Because that is giving water, right? Are you going to help solve my issue for me? Are you going to help me when nobody else will? Because guess what? If you have helped me, right, you have lent to God. So God's saying, okay, fine. I have all these things that I have to check off. So I'm going to go to this city, this corner, this country, this place, and I'm going to keep going to see the volume of people and what the people's selfishness level is, the people's honesty level is, the people's loyalty levels is. And I will use those people who least expect, because the people who least expects it, right? Those are the people you may not like. You might not like them. Oh, who's this guy? This guy's a player. He's always coming around. He's always doing this. Oh, I don't like him. Exactly. He's not gonna send somebody you like, because that's too easy, right? Are you really showing your true characteristics? You're not. I'm telling you, when God's talking about spiritual peace, he's not talking about physical peace. You cannot manipulate God. A lot of people do think that they have gotten away, or think that they have. Remember, God lives inside of you. Just because you don't activate him doesn't mean he's not there, you know. He is there. But are you there? Or are you in the world? Where is your gauge? Where is your concept of understanding? Do you focus on trying to destroy people in alliance, thinking God's sleeping? Perhaps the people you're trying to destroy is who God is using to judge you. Have you thought of that? Or did you think that your spiritual leaders are really telling you the truth? Isn't that what they did in Egypt with the rods? Moses, they found out that Moses was really with God. Moses and Aaron. They had 2 poles of rod, and they had 1 rod. But their rod overtake both of them, swallowing both snakes. Remember, like I said, it is not the same. You could have $10 billion. It means nothing to God. Would you have 10 million lives, 10 billion lives? Eternal life is much better than even having, physical life. Eternal is forever, and not forever just in the physical. See what I'm saying? In the spiritual. We are created much more than this. Much more than this. Much better than this. It's almost like this. We are at a temporary time to learn and study things and how things work. See what I'm saying? Once we have learned what we are supposed to learn, then we will be able to do things that are much greater, because we have proven our loyalty. People think, oh, the devil. Devil's already judged. You understand? Notice that it's always permission. Oh, devil has to ask permission for this. Oh, he's doing this. But in your mind, God can only listen to you. You see what I'm saying? In your mind. Demons analyze what physical things you do, but they cannot read your mind. See what I'm saying? If they could, they will kill you. See what I'm saying? If they could, then they can destroy you and you'll have no chance. But they cannot read your mind. Maybe if you have an aggressive, sinful nature and you pay allegiance to them, then when they come inside of you, then they can. But if you follow the laws of God, if you connect to God, then they cannot, because too much of the Holy Spirit has imploded inside of you to a high level degree, to the point that they cannot even come near you. So they would not understand. But know that they can set traps for you, right? And they can analyze what you're thinking and in fact plan for you. These are the times. Know that if we're in the days of Noah, know that the type of evil and spirits that are roaming and dwelling, that are trying to, create spiritual bondage with people so that they can in fact steal their souls, right, within them, harnessing it because they feed off of the soul. But the soul never dies because it awaits what? Judgment. That means you're going to be questioned regardless of who you are, regardless of the times. You see, problems cannot physically be solved permanently unless it's solved spiritually permanently. Just remember that. People have many solutions that they go to. Sometimes they're not mature enough, so they go into different various solutions. But think about it. Look at all these things that are happening, not just physically, but I'm talking about spiritually, right? Everything is a significant impact. You see, I talk so much because I want you to understand that there is what? Only one way to God. But people say, oh, there's other ways. There is. But there's one way to know God. See what I'm saying? Difference. One way to know God. So one way to know God properly, or there's a next way that you don't know God, but it is the same God. You can choose that way, but when you get there, you'll notice that you shouldn't have went the other way. Because the other way forgives you without you having to sacrifice family members or sacrifice other kinds of things. Those other sacrifices of sacrificing, family members is only a temporary. It gives you maybe 5 years, 10 years. Those Hollywood stars that are, passing away and stuff like that. I believe that they're due for sacrificial times. 5 years, 10 years, all of that. And I also believe that they know exactly what's going on. Because Quavo says, I got to do this because it's bigger than me. And he said that in one of his lyrics right before he passed away. Him and Quavo was on that one mic and they're standing right in front of each other and the mic is in front and he was talking something like that. Because they're fooled into thinking that that's the way of life. They will be remembered and they'll have a tribute every year until the time, time of judgment. And they'll say, yeah, he was a great pioneer, he's a musician, he carried himself this way, and the people loved him. But what about God? Did God love him? Did he take time to get to love God? Was he as big as he was to God? Because guess what? See, Kanye is talking the truth because he's confessing. If you confess, God will forgive you for everything that you have done. He knows. He's confessing. That's why I'm saying he's actually talking the truth. People are calling him crazy. People are hating what he did, which he did sacrifice. He did all those things. That's why he's able to get those kinds of deals. But now he has realized it doesn't go anywhere if everything gets taken from you, right? And your greatest assets is your life, the life you, what's it called? You created, right? In God's way, and the lives you actually produce. Because there's no higher assets, regardless of what is being given to you. All of those are temporary, but your soul to soul connection is forever. So he is saying, you know what I mean? Things that is shocking because people have been speculating that for years. They've been talking about that for years. See what I'm saying? But it's true. That's exactly what's truly going on, and that has been happening. And or even Orlando Brown, when he was talking about the people that we think are gone are not truly gone. They are, made into somebody else, or they're right there on Hollywood Boulevard in certain ways and certain stuff. But there's a lot of deep secret magics that people are doing. And those things are true. But anybody that actually touches on that subject and talks about that, anybody, they try to cancel them. They try to say that. But can you cancel God? Do you see what I'm saying? You can't do those things. And your knowledge and wisdom is meant for you to talk, for you to express, for you to teach. I'm hoping that one day somebody's going to listen to this video and learn something from this. Not the fact that I talk for a very long time, but some of the things I've said resonates with you and what you need to do as a person. Because it don't matter. Whatever you think you're doing, right? Do it in God's way. There's a good way to do something and there's a bad way to do something. Just like there's a good way to take care of yourself and there's a bad way to take care of yourself. No doubt. It doesn't matter about arguments or political this or political that. It's just the fact. It don't matter in which way you express it or which format you are saying it in. It's actually facts that you're saying. Is it not true that these things are happening? It is. Do you wait until it happens to pretend that you didn't know, to talk about it? So then it is true that all those things that are happening out there, it's because they have to sacrifice certain levels so that they can get a quick rewards. But is it true success? Have they gained what they're supposed to actually gain? Because when their time is up, it seems like they were never relevant. Tell me, did they gain what they're supposed to gain? Are they relevant to the degree that people see them as? Because if you're not relevant to God, that means you're a waste of creation. And that he gave you his soul and you didn't utilize it to the best of your ability. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter how much skills you have done and how much abilities you have. But when you channeled, that means the words that are coming out of your mouth, is it the truth, or are you trying to side by it or some way? You can choose to listen to it. You can choose not to listen to it. Don't do those things. But just remember, you're going to face it, because guess what? You're going to be asked those things. You're going to have to understand it. Even if you don't want to hear from me, you will hear from them. I'm telling you, the time of evolution for every single person is now. The time for process of change, the ability to become better, to be better, is now. Noah warned the people. No, Noah talked to the people so much, right? And they were laughing at Noah. They say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're building an ark. Why are you doing all those things? Well, you do this, so how could you know God? Oh, well, you do this." But you see, those 8 people or those 7 people along with Noah that listened were the what? The ones that were used to repopulate the earth. Those animals, right? Think about it. The animals know what time. That means animals are more obedient than people. You notice they know when it's going to rain, when this is going to happen, when it's going to happen, because they know about spiritual implications. Though they can't talk our kind of talk, they understand